Hey everyone, this is Professor Bapu, your personal guide to Civilization 6. I boil down all the complex intricacies of this massive game down to what you absolutely need to know in order to win a game. So today we're going to be talking about religious victory. I really like religious victories because it's fairly straightforward and simple no matter which civilization you pick. You have some civilizations that are going to have some really great advantages, but you can pretty easily launch a religious victory with anybody if you're playing against the AI or against somebody who doesn't really know what they're doing. So let's walk through this and dive right in. So the first thing you need to do to launch religious victory, of course, is to found a religion. So the first thing you want to do in your capital is you want to create a scout. So a scout is going to help you explore the area, and it's going to increase the probability that you run into a natural wonder. And this is important because if you find a natural wonder, you're going to get a Eureka bonus, which allows you to research astrology faster. And astrology is where you're going to get the access to building your holy sites and shrines. So after you build the scout, the next thing you want to do is you want to build a settler so you can make another city. And after you've created that settler, you might want to create a monument in your first city because it's going to help you get to political philosophy and mysticism and Reformed Church a lot faster once the more culture you have. So you might want to do that early, or you might want to wait until later to do that. So after that, you want both cities to build holy sites as soon as possible. So this is going to start getting your great profit points, and it's also going to start giving you faith so you can get close to choosing a pantheon belief. So if you're a more cautious player, you might want to create a slinger next so you can protect your cities to make sure barbarians don't come and pillage your holy sites. And after this, you want to have both cities build shrines on top of their holy sites because this is going to increase the number of great profit points, it's going to increase your faith, and it's going to allow you to create missionaries once you have your religion. So at this point, you should be pretty close to getting a pantheon, and you want to choose either the Divine Spark Pantheon or the City Patron Goddess Pantheon. These are highly recommended because Divine Spark is going to give you more great person points, so it'll give you more great profit points and help you get a great profit faster. City Patron Goddess is also pretty good because it's going to allow you to build your first district in any city a bit faster, which is going to help you to spam holy sites throughout your empire, both at the beginning of the game and throughout the game. And now you might want to create a monument in your second city, once again, because you want to greatly increase your culture so you can get to these civics that are going to greatly improve your culture game later. So next you want to get the mysticism civic so you can have the revelation policy card, which is going to give you more great profit points. And you also want to get to political philosophy really quickly because it's going to allow you a wild card slot that's going to let you use the revelation policy card that you acquired through mysticism. And it's also going to, if you pick the classic republic government, it's also going to help you get even more great profit points to get that great profit faster. So if you're able to do all of these things, then you're going to get a great profit really quickly, and you send that great profit to a holy site and they will found your religion. So once you found a religion, you're going to be taken to a screen that lets you pick your initial beliefs. The first screen is going to have you choose what's called a follower belief. And all of these are fine besides reliquaries, because reliquaries isn't really going to help you with a religious victory because it's going to increase your tourism. However, choral music, if you can get it, is the best one you can pick because more culture means we're going to get to these civics that are going to help your religious game faster. So next you're going to be taking it to another screen that's going to let you choose your enhancer beliefs, founder beliefs, and worship beliefs. And you can only pick one belief from each of these categories, but the one you're going to want to pick right now is Holy Order because it's going to allow you to create your religious units for cheaper. And it's also going to make that first apostle you pick cheaper, so it's going to help you to evangelize your beliefs faster later so you can have a full belief for your religion a lot faster. So now that you found your religion, you want to expand your empire more. So you may want to buy a builder so you can build a quarry, which is going to give you a Eureka bonus for masonry. And the reason why you want masonry is because the most important thing to do when you're trying to go for a religious victory, because you're neglecting some other things that other people are going to be focusing on, your primary goal is just to survive. And so masonry is going to allow you to build walls in your city and make sure you can defend yourself in case somebody gets extremely trigger happy and tries to take you over before you can convert them. Next, you might want to build some slingers and archers to protect your cities as well. And the next goal is to have at least 4 cities. So once you have these 4 cities from these settlers that you built, you want to build walls and granaries in all your cities, as well as monuments, because this is going to help you to grow your cities bigger. So they're going to produce more faith and more culture, and the monuments are also going to be producing culture as well, just to have cities that are pretty well-rounded and able to defend against an attacker. So your next priority is to get to the theology civic so you can build temples. And temples are what are going to allow you to build apostles, which are necessary to evangelize your beliefs, launch an inquisition, and just to defend your faith and fight against other religious units. So once you have acquired the theology civic and you've built a temple, you're going to want to create 2 to 3 apostles. So a lot of times one of your first apostles is going to have the option to have the debater promotion, which is amazing. It's going to give you a huge advantage in theological combat. So you don't want to sacrifice that apostle because it's going to be very useful to you later. But if it doesn't have the option for the debater promotion, you're going to want to click evangelize belief so you can start to fill out the rest of the beliefs in your religion. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to evangelize your remaining beliefs. So it's going to take you back to that same screen that you did before when you first found your religion, but now all the enhancer beliefs, if you picked Holy Order, are no longer going to be able to be selected. And so you're going to be able to choose from your founder beliefs and your worship beliefs. I would recommend the pilgrimage founder belief. That's going to be really great for religious victory because it's going to give you +2 faith for each foreign city you convert to your religion. And the reason why this is great is because you're going to be able to start off converting cities to your religion. And the more cities convert, the more faith you're going to have to create more apostles and more missionaries to be able to go out and convert more cities. It's just going to have a snowball effect. But if you're not able to get pilgrimage, church property and tithe are great too. They're going to give you a bunch of gold so you can fund all these temples you're going to have. And beyond that, there's none of the others are particularly useful towards religious victory, but they're not really detrimental either. Now, a worship belief is going to help you create another building on top of your temple. So the one I would recommend the most is the mosque, because normally your religious units start off with 3 spreads, and the mosque, if your religious unit is built there, is going to give you an extra spread. So whether that's an apostle or a missionary or an inquisitor or a guru, it's just going to make all your religious units more effective. But if you can't get that, the synagogue is pretty decent too. It's just going to give you a lot of faith, and all the others will give you different advantages of the games, but they're not going to particularly help you with a religious victory. Now that you have all of the beliefs in your religion, you want to start building the infrastructure for your empire. So you want to create 3 to 7 missionaries. You're going to be using these to convert all the cities within your own civilization so you can receive the benefits from your religion. And you want to build 1 to 3 settlers depending on what is available still on the map. So ideally, you want to have 5 to 8 cities, but anywhere in between there you should probably be fine. It's just the more cities you have, the more faith you're going to have, and the faster you'll be able to win. So after you do that, you want to create a holy site in every city that does not have one. And all these cities that already have holy sites, you want to start building commercial hubs and harbors so you have enough gold to manage the different things that are going on in your empire and to fund all the temples that you built. You want to have 1 to 3 campuses just to avoid falling too far behind in science, because once you get too far behind in science, you're just going to be really weak compared to your opponent, and they can easily just bulldoze you. And Anywhere you don't have a campus, you want to start building a theater square or entertainment complex, because the culture from the theater squares is going to help you to keep up with the civics, and the entertainment complexes are just going to keep your people happy to make sure your city can continue to grow and produce more faith. Now, then your next goal is going to be the divine right civics, so you can get the Limes policies card, which is going to let you double the production toward your walls. So now that you have a very stable empire that has been converted to your religion, you want to start to explore the world now. So if you have any missionaries left over after converting your civilization, you can actually use them really effectively as scouts to figure out and map out other civilizations without infringing on any borders. As long as you don't start converting them, you're going to get a really good peek, even if you don't have open borders with them. And so while you're doing this, your goal is going to be researching the construction and siege tactics texts, because this is going to allow you to build higher and higher levels of walls to really make sure it's going to be difficult to take you over. And once you've done that, you want to build all level of walls in all your cities, just to make yourself almost impenetrable and make sure there's not going to be too much hindrance once you start to get close to winning your religious victory. Your next goal is to get to the Reformed Church civic, because that's going to allow you to create a theocracy system of government. And this is going to be really great because all of your religious units are going to have extra strength in theological combat, and you're also going to have discounts on your faith purchases, so you'll be able to create your religious units for cheaper and create your faith buildings for cheaper. So now that you have explored the other civilizations, you kind of know where everyone is, what cities they have, you are going to start to convert the world. So you want to start off by creating one missionary per city in the civ that does not have a religion. So these people are not going to be able to defend against you. So you just send the missionaries over there and you'll be able to convert them pretty easily. You want to start with this civilization that does not have a religion, because if you picked pilgrimage, you're going to be able to increase your faith output by converting the civilization that can't fight back first. And after you've done this, you want to just focus on spamming out apostles and gurus. I have about a 5-to-1 ratio, five apostles per guru, but this is really up to your discretion. I've just found that ratio works well for me because the gurus are going to be able to heal your apostles in your foreign civilizations where they do not have accesses to the holy sites to heal. And it's just going to keep you from slowing down by having to march your apostles back to your civilization every time they get kind of weak. And once you've done this, you want to start going to civilizations that do have a religion. So you want to start off converting their cities that have holy sites. If you can convert every city that has a holy site to your religion, they're not going to be able to create apostles and gurus to defend against you, and it's just going to be a lot easier to take them over, because otherwise they're just going to keep creating more apostles and converting back the cities that you took, and it's just going to be a war of attrition. So the faster you can cut off their apostles and gurus, the better. As you're doing this theological combat, you want to have apostles group in 3 or more, because that's going to give you some flanking bonuses to make them faster in theological combat. You also want, when you're using the gurus to heal, you want to surround the guru with weak apostles, because the guru healing spread will heal every adjacent religious unit. So to get the most bang for your buck, you can surround them to make sure you heal the most people for the least amount of spreads. And so once you get later to winning the game, people are going to start wanting to declare war on you and kill your religious units. So if this happens, you can just have some melee units or some heavy cavalry units to cover your apostles, so you can get close into the cities and convert them without getting killed. And if you follow all these steps, you can win the game pretty quickly and easily. Unless you're playing against someone else who's really skilled at religious victory, following these steps is going to pretty much make you win pretty quickly and pretty easily. So thanks for listening, and I bid you a good religious victory.